All right, we are now officially live. Now,
Hey.
how we sound will be kind of interesting, but welcome everybody to Camden County College Cougar Esports. We have Valorant action for you. And with me is Dave Bruno. Of course, I'm Sean Dwyer. I should also introduce myself.
Introduce yourself. So welcome, Sean. And can I just mention that not only are we live on our Twitch stream, but we're broadcasting live from where?
Oh, we're at the William G. Rohr Center, the Cougar Esports Arena. This is the first ever live broadcast from the arena on the main channel here. So we're super excited. We have a great game tonight, by the way. So that's really what it's about. We have our Cougars are going up against Marquette in Valorant, the NSL Week 3, as it were. So very exciting, very exciting.
Well, Sean, can you tell me a little bit about the team tonight and who they're playing, why they're playing, and what they're playing?
Well, listen, we're playing to win. Yeah. I mean, no. So, of course, we're playing against Marquette. We have a squad here tonight from the Cougars, and we are returning. Actually, we're returning 2 players from last year, 3 new players this year. These guys, we are undefeated, the Cougars, so far. So that's kind of exciting. Marquette, I'm not too sure about their season thus far. But listen, it can't be any better than undefeated.
Well,
so I have to say that.
I've heard that's the best you can get. I could be wrong.
I also have heard that. People have said. So, I'm excited. So I know. So I'll tell you just a little bit about Valorant for anybody who might be new to the stream popping in right now. Of course, this is an FPS.
What does FPS mean there?
First-person shooter.
Okay.
So we're going to see it's going to be a lot of aiming, and it's going to with the mouse. We're hoping to see some big plays. We've seen some really fantastic plays as we've gotten started here the first couple of weeks. So finally getting a cast is super exciting. We get to see it firsthand.
Well, I can also say the buzz is in the room as well. So we're pretty much a packed house.
It is a packed house.
So not only just our competitors are on stage, but we have other Cougar Esports team members here to cheer them on, support them, and really see this as an opportunity for another victory.
And I'm looking forward to it. And honestly, we need to start to, at some point, we'll have to show the audience exactly what's going on in the room, and that's coming soon. Coming soon. So what a reason to hit that follow button, a reason to come back and watch us in these previous weeks. We're going to start to be live almost every night. We're going to be certainly Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're going to have the stream on. Also on Saturdays potentially. So really a reason to follow and tune in. But I hear that the players I think we're getting ready to actually get started.
Well, listen, I don't want to hold us from anything as we go forward. So let's take this home, Cougars.
All right. Dave, thanks so much for joining us. We'll count on your team spirit for us. All right, everybody, and we're going to get into game. All right, we are into game. Of course, we are playing on Haven. Not sure exactly what the map bans were here, so we'll just kind of we'll go with the fly here. Of course, the Cougars starting on the green side, which we had a big discussion. Actually, hold on 1 second. I have to tweak one thing. Bear with me, everybody.
I'm holding.
All right, and we are back. We are back. And we are live. And Dave is back with us as well, bringing us this cast.
I'm hoping this sounds a lot better this time.
What's up?
Select your agent.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the energy in the room is great. The energy in the room is great.
So what am I looking at here, Sean? I'm seeing next map, Haven.
Well, so this is the map that we're actually going to get into here. And we have the Cougars again on the blue-green side. We have Marquette on the red side here. And what you're seeing is the agent selection.
Okay.
So essentially, these are the characters the players will be locked into for the entire map. And every character is a little bit different, so you have different abilities. So if we watch us play Counter-Strike on Friday, you're gonna see a whole lot of just pure aim. And Valorant's a little bit different. You're gonna see these teams actually use some different abilities, and it's gonna change how the game gets played. All right, so we have a standard setup here. Again, the Cougars on the defensive side. Gonna get started here. We see Genjank playing on the B site with Sage. Standard setup, and it looks like Marquette kind of leaning toward the C site, maybe as the first attack. So we'll see how they like to play it. Again, a very standard setup across the map here for the Cougars. Quality names, by the way. We like to do a name check as we get into the game here. We have Eat My Shorts leading us off here from Marquette. Ooh, all right, so that
sounds Bart Simpson-like. I could be wrong.
I think inspiration at the very least. So we'll take a look here as we're again Marquette just looking for some information, perhaps, and nothing yet alerting the Cougars. But now, certainly the Cougars will know now as the site take from Marquette is on. Skoing onto Yates with the first kill, and Ultra as well, tagging up Yuno. And that would be a C-site take for Marquette. The Cougars now with the retake. This is an interesting situation. French getting into it now with the kill. Getting close to evening us up. Haunted now across the map. Haunted is now into the site. Misses that last shot. Eat My Shorts, a 2v2 situation now. Genjank searching, but he's going to get tagged up by Ultra.
One enemy
We're
remaining.
not done quite yet. French 1v1. French knows where he is. Ooh, Ultra going to play the time, but French with a triple kill. Beautiful. Will take the first round for the Cougars. That is a tough position to be, let me tell you. You know, with French there, like the opposing player, Ultra, from Marquette, really just has to play time. I'm actually surprised he takes that fight. But the fact is, the Cougars will take the round.
That's the most important thing.
That's a good spot.
All right, so the Cougars getting ready to start the defense on round number 2. Now, Dave, for anyone not familiar, in Valorant is a game of economy. So generally speaking, after a round 1 win like that, the Cougars are full buying here. Or maybe not quite full buy, but they're certainly buying into this round. Marquette, unlikely to be. If we take a look here, we do see some light buys. We see some pistols here being purchased, and Marquette is going to move off onto C from Garage. Gage with the opening kill. Nebula trading back. Yuno and Genjan getting into it now. And again, this is the round that you expect the Cougars to win.
Spike down, C.
Now it just comes down to Lynx. 1v3.
Or 1v3.
3v1.
Hey!
It's all perspective at the end of the day. Lynx with a Spectre, certainly more than he came into the round with. Perhaps something he can do here. So he's just going to slow play it.
Gotcha. Now, is there any advantage to Marquette running the timeout on this?
No, you certainly, maybe you take the Spectre into the next round.
30 seconds
generally
left.
speaking, you're going to try and make something out of nothing here, and as he gets it started, a 1v2. But the spike is down C.
Standing ahead.
Now, the one thing that's important to note in Valorant is that getting the spike planted does give your team money. So Genjank able to hold the angle there. That is the round that the Cougars expect to win. Oh, this is what we always talk about. We're going into round 3. That's your pivot round. This is the round where if the Cougars can win it, they're feeling really good. If they lose it, they're not feeling all that bad. This is a round that actually you would expect Marquette to win. They now are...
I'll have to say I never expect them to win.
Well, that's fair. Again. But Marquette with pretty much a full buy into this round that we can see. The Cougars, again, on pretty much a budget buy. So, again, a round win here for the Cougars, really impressive. So We'll see what Marquette can do. They're actually going to push. They're going to lean toward the A site. Haunted here is going to be the first man contact. He's going to put the smoke down, but it's going to be too late. Now, you know, you're with the frenzy. He knows that Marquette is lurking around. He hears lots of footsteps. He's going to use the frenzy. He's going to be shot through the smoke. It's going to come down to Genjang to see what he can do. He trades one back. He gets two. Yeesh now getting into it. They have to know where the rest of Marquette is, but they're caught sleeping. Nebula getting a kill here. French with two!
Well,
One through
this
the
suit is
wall, my
ruined.
goodness!
Wow.
French with that chamber. So what we're seeing there with chamber is chamber has this the way one of his abilities is he can buy bullets for his gun. So that's what we saw there. It's a really good gun that only he can use. Wow, what a play. What a retake.
We should do it.
Now, round 4, what would be the goal here?
Well, so, you know, Cougars are just looking to get this round. You keep the momentum going. In a game of economy, as we can see, Marquette not really buying much into this round. A couple of them. We got a Marshall, which Lynx is going to use here to try and just get through the Sage wall to open up the B site. Cougars just looking to make sure they close this round out. Haunted's going to spot a few Marquette players out. He's going to back up. As we see here, Eat My Shorts getting ready to move on to the B site. He is now on it. Makes some audio cues. The Cougars know about it now. Genjang on the side. French as well. And their defense is strong on the B site. Now, if you're Marquette, you're going to try and make something here. And it looks like the spike is actually down right outside the B site. Definitely not a spot you want to be in if you're Marquette at this point. The Cougars defense has been strong. And they're in no hurry. We still see Haunted here on the A site, holding it strongly. Again, they've moved off of the C site. Soba Dart going to be used, trying to get some information. Nebula gets
30
that
seconds
tag
left.
up, and he's going to get the spike. But Yuno is ready.
Spike down,
Trades
mid.
him back. Spike is back down where it started. The
Concealment.
Marquette is nowhere closer to getting a plant. But now Ultra uses the smoke. Oh, it actually didn't pick up the spike, perhaps? Link's going to move
10
through
seconds
the smoke.
left. Last player
Haunted
standing.
ready for him.
Spike down, B.
Ready, Genjang closes it down on the B site. Strong defense. I actually kind of liked a little bit of what we saw from Marquette there. I would have taken that spike though once it was in possession and taken it to the C site.
What would it have done?
You know, I think now we do have from a bird's eye view, we do have the advantage of seeing everything. But I think at that point you're guaranteed to get that plant. You're gonna take more money into the next round. Alright, so again, standard setup for the Cougars.
All set up.
Alright, Nebula does have his ultimate out. He gets a free sniper rifle. Doesn't get spotted out. Important for him. Not giving away his position here is super important. Nebula, it looks like Marquette is just, again, also doing pretty much a standard formation across the map here. They're looking to see if they can get something from Nebula. Nebula does spot out Yeesh. He knows. I think Yeesh also spotted him out. He's unlikely to peek that again. He's actually going to use the drone. He's going to use the drone, and Nebula backs up wisely. Figures he's not getting anything there. Haunted now in a good defensive position on A. See what he can get going here. It looks like this might be kind of the flashpoint here. We do see Marquette also taking a peek into the B site. Let's see if Haunted can do anything. So the smokes are going to come down. Just going to give Haunted some protection here. Link's going to use the Sova Dart, and he's going to spot out Haunted. They know where Haunted is, but Marquette not willing to commit, and it looks like they execute
30 seconds left.
Be on the C site through Garage. So it's going to come down to Yeesh here. His defense will have to be strong. He certainly knows that C is the execute. We also see Lynx on the Sova lurking behind. We might
Spike
see
planted.
some action here, actually. But Genjang ready and protects his teammate. Genjang with a second kill. And Marquette now in a really unfavorable position. They're going to have to get some frags. French Ultra finally
player
getting
standing.
something back. And it's going to come down to Nebula with the ultimate. A great spot. It's really going to have to come down. They're going to have to do something here, the Cougars. That might just be enough. An ultimate being used by Yuno. And Nebula getting a little too close. Yuno pushes him. Well played by the Cougars.
Well, looks to be a solid start by the Cougars here.
Yes, absolutely. I think, Marquette a pretty good setup there. Chamber with his ultimate. That long C plant is definitely a spot where you can defend it, or you would like to be able to defend that. But the Cougars had the play. They had the play in the playbook, and they executed it.
Oh.
We go!
Impressive way to take that round.
So the Cougars now leaning a little bit toward the A site. Sage Wall going to be used on B. Marquette will be quick to take that away. They want to take that wall down to give them options. Again, as we take a look here, Marquette actually investing a little bit into this round. We do see one Stinger and full armor. The rest Sheriffs.
I'm outta here.
They're fishing for that headshot. The Sheriff does have that one tap headshot ability. All right, so let's take a look. Again, Marquette, very patient team. They look to see if they can get a pick, and then, which, by the way, the Cougars have been great about not giving. The Cougars haven't been giving them anything. So Marquette is fishing for something that, frankly, it's a dead pond.
Gotcha.
It's a dead pond, Dave, I have to say. All right, but it looks like B might be the play, and we're seeing a blind smoke, I think that was.
Beacon here.
Or excuse me, a blind spray through the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
We're seeing a lot of action,
Spike
Yuno
down,
with
B.
a triple kill
Okay,
in defensive
time
B.
for a protein shake.
A lot of activity all at once there, Sean.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, and the thing about Valorant is that the executes on sites do generally happen very quickly, and we will see a situation where we'll see just these frags and these plants happen really fast. So.
Keep up.
Alright, so here we go. We're heading into round 7. And then this is another almost full buy from Marquette. Haunted here does get the stim from Yuno, tries to get a peek, and now the
You want to fight it?
rotations are coming, and the Astra ult being used. So A is almost certainly going to be that. Going to be that execute. And here comes another ultimate from Neon. If she's coming in, she's getting lots of frags, and suddenly it is now Yesh. But Marquette does invest into this
Spike
round,
planted.
so they're pretty much all in. They have to win this round. And if I'm Yesh, I'm probably considering saving, but he does look to do some economic damage and not able to find it. So Marquette on the board. 6-1, but you're still happy to be the Cougars, I think. You'd rather be 6-1 than 1-6.
Well, every day of the week.
Yeah, right. Twice on Sunday. I mean, all right. Well, again, we'll see. We'll see how have the Cougars will change it up at all. I mean, I think one round loss when 2 ultimates were used, you're not feeling too upset about that.
Well, if Marquette was all in on that last round, I could see why the results ended up being the way they were.
Exactly right. Oh, Sobadar does get shot, so that will give his team some information. His location will be compromised here. Not able to shoot the dart fast enough.
Blocking sight.
So a 4v5. Marquette with the opening frag of the round.
Spike planted.
See how they decide to play it here. We do see French
Here.
on the backside here. This could be a pretty big flank. It looks like his team's waiting for him to get into position so he can actually get something going
Teleport's
here.
ready.
He does have 2 Marquette players next to him. But the Cougars are running out of time at this point.
Last player
Ooh.
standing.
And I think they also,
on my
they
trap.
might, well, they certainly know where French is now. He'll take
lose.
2. Does he have the heroics and does have the Chamber ultimate, but I don't think there's any reason for Marquette to peek here. They're just going to play time. But if you're French, you're maybe looking to do as much economic damage as you can. Maybe you can force somebody to take the bomb, spike explosion. Well, in fact, he does. Eat my shorts. He goes down to the bomb. Goes down to the spike.
Never thought I'd ever hear that
Well,
sentence ever stated.
Well, welcome to Cougar Esports. You'll hear everything. All these sorts of new things.
A gift.
All right, so Marquette now happy. Now
That works.
now it's about stringing rounds together. Cougars, if you take a look at their money here, they're in a spot where they're on that fringe. Another loss here, and they're probably going to save next round. So you want to stop the bleeding for the Cougars.
And what's Marquette looking to do here then?
I mean, Marquette, you're looking to build on that momentum. I think suddenly you get this round, you're going to take the next round as well, almost guaranteed. And at that point, then the Cougars are in the
Take
same
flight.
spot Marquette was in just a few rounds ago. Things can change very quickly here, momentum-wise. Haunted gonna be in a great spot.
Blocking sight.
Changes it up. That was the first time that he actually pushed out of A there. If these casters seem a little biased, it might be because we are.
I think we're allowed to be, Sean.
I think we are. All right, so we see the Cougars on the defensive side getting the opening frag, and now Marquette, he's going to look for that same
I've
sort
got
of
your
thing.
trail.
Sky ultimate going to be used here,
Hawk out.
and it looks like the Cougars know at this point. Engaged in a pretty good spot, does take one, not able to take
Spike
two.
down,
It's now even
C.
numbers 3v3. Marquette still doesn't have the spike down. Yenjank, oh, I thought that was maybe made a fake.
30
fake
seconds
there.
left. Spike planted.
Cougars know where it is now.
Let's do
Ultimate
the
going to be
leftover.
used. Great use there. They're gonna, now that, but again, just like with Marquette with his ultimate usage, you are now invested into this round. You want to win this if you're the Cougars. You know, with the opening frag of
One
this
enemy
retake, and
remaining.
gets a second. He knows where the
4v1.
chamber ought to be. Oh, he actually doesn't, but now he certainly does. Nebula with two.
There it is.
But it was too much. It was actually a cheeky position there for Nebula. You could see Yuno was actually pre-firing all the way down long C. We had Nebula there in that mid C position. So a good idea, but ultimately you got to make the shots. You got to make the shots. Well, let's reset. Let's take a breather for a moment. Now we're up 7-2. Cougars need to get to round 13. That's exactly what they need to do is stop the bleeding. But now Marquette again in that reverse position. And French, we missed it. We actually there was a double kill with one shot. Oh my goodness, French
Rewind
on
the
fire.
tape.
And Haunted now in defensive A with claims a kill. Wow. We actually heard the room light up after that.
I did,
don't know if-
absolutely, yes.
That's amazing.
That's why we're doing this here, Sean. I will say that.
It really is. And for anybody listening who might be a prospective player, prospective student, please go ahead and hit follow. Make sure to reach out to us.
Last
Spike's
player
down.
We
standing.
absolutely want you to get
Spike
involved.
down A.
Too easy.
Ultra
Too
just
easy.
waiting there, but you know, able to trade him back. Now the
I'd say
Cougars.
that wasn't very nice. I'm not going to say it.
Well, no, it's 8-2. Again, Valorant, just like Counter-Strike, you are never out of it.
I have seen it before, Sean.
You're never out of it. We've seen it in reverse on our teams before. So 8-2, you're definitely feeling fantastic if you're the Cougars, but you still have work to do. A standard setup here. Actually, I take that back. The Cougars going to stack B. They're going to put two extra players mid. Maybe looking for a pick here. Yesh, of course, on the C.
You want to play? Let's
Understands
play.
Chamber ultimate being used. Often that means it's a long C play, which is I think what Yesh suspects. Which, of course, as the eye in the sky, we know he's right. So, all right, Haunted here on the backside. It's gonna all come down to timing. He spots one,
Wow,
2,
wow.
3, and 4. Does he have the ace?
Respawn.
Almost. Wow.
Let's see how they can clean this up.
And it's plays like that. That's why we do this.
I heard Counter-Strike is great, but
Valorant has been climbing my ranks. I have personally been playing it a little bit more as well. So cleaning that round up.
fantastic
But
round.
we have seen some great individual
Last
plays.
round before the switch.
All right, so one more round, and then we swap sides here. I think Haven, in my opinion, actually maybe depends on team compositions, but can actually be rather challenging on the defensive side. So I think the Cougars having this sort of advantage, going from defense to attack, is great. So. All right, but we'll take a look at the money here, and pretty much a full buy from Marquette. Just one light armor on Lynx. I would actually like to see Marquette change it up. I think you need to go fast here. And look at the Cougars actually maybe suspecting that kind of thing. We see Genjank and we see pushing out from mid here. And they might actually sandwich Marquette.
Nowhere to run!
It's certainly going to be the C take.
Eddie,
Comes
so
out.
again.
Lynx caught
Open up the sky!
caught with his ultimate out.
Out of here.
Getting some kills.
Molly!
One
so
enemy
far.
remaining.
Haunted and French getting into it, and that's actually the round, of course.
You blink, Sean, you blink, and it's gone.
You're honestly, things happen so quickly. 10-2, 3 more rounds for the Cougars to take map 1. Of course, this is a best of 3. You need to take 2 maps
Switching sides.
to take the game.
I hate to
take
say
that
it, but
3 win,
probably best to
stay
play as a team.
undefeated.
So, what's the
But
plan?
you certainly, you're very happy to be in this spot.
Understandably so.
Let's see how the Cougars want to play the defensive side, or excuse me, the offensive side. Right now, they're leaning toward the A site. Marquette, maybe it's still not sure exactly what the defense is going to look like for them. Ultra here. Listen, I think getting nice skins in this game is pretty much just getting something to just kind of fidget with. I think ultimately
Right
people
there.
like to change the knife and they like to get it. Take a look.
What kind of knife skin do you have?
I have no knife skin. Thank you for bringing it up. I feel bad about myself now. I have a number of skins, but no nice skin. All right, here we go. The Cougars gonna play fast. Ultra and Skoing.
Spike down
Skoing,
A.
actually, able to trade 2, doing their job, and now it'll come down to the rest of their team on the retake.
Blinded.
With a
Spike
commanding
planted.
position here on the A site. Gonna push up. Doesn't get flash. The sky flash. I'd be curious to see how Marquette wants to play it. Ooh! Uses perfect opportunity, just misses
Missed
a couple
the
of
shot,
shots there.
yeah.
Yep. Oh, and Yesh is going to be
Revealing area.
targeted out here,
Outstanding.
and now the retake will come down to French. And Marquette able to hold serve on round 1, the pistol round. All important though, because it's going to guarantee at least one more round here. 10-4. A lot of room to play with if you're the Cougars. But if you're Marquette, the door, while still closed, maybe you unlocked it.
Not cracked.
Right.
Not cracked.
You're knocking on
Yeah,
the door,
yeah.
maybe, but the door's still very much closed. We'll see if they can continue to push that door open in this next round.
Feel free to tell me to lock that door, Sean.
The Cougars need to lock all windows and doors, as Mark Zumoff would say on the Sixers broadcast. Lynx gonna get that round 2 Ares by. Oh, and he's gonna see all of the Cougars coming in.
There
We'll
they
see what he can do with the Ares. Oh, wow, does get a
Spike
headshot kill
down C.
through the wall there. Yes, in garage. The rotations from
Here.
Marquette are coming. They haven't fully committed. Haunted coming out with a kill though.
Last player
is
standing.
And it'll have to be a whole lot more than that. But again, if you're the Cougars, you don't let that get to you. That's a round you're supposed to lose. This is the round.
So this would be the door cracking round.
This would be the door. I feel like if Marquette can get this round, then suddenly you're feeling pretty good about a 6th round on the board as well. And then you're only 4 rounds down. You're very much back in the game at that point. So the Cougars, important late game round here for them. As we take a look at the money situation here, again, the Cougars full buying into this round here. Hand-me-downs on the part of Marquette. Chamber takes a shot. Isn't able to actually find anything with it. This might be a really good flash from Marquette. It was not, in fact, but Nebula and Lynx proving to be strong defenders in their own right, but ultimately it's a 3v2 and the spike plant is coming down. Skewing here. Just taking some shots. He's going to get this position
Spike
away.
planted.
All right, and then with the Marshall, they're going to send Skewing over to long C, see if they can find something. Yeah, I don't think if you're the Cougars, there's no way you're going to actually peek long here, I wouldn't think. But it's still where that weapon would be a little bit more favorable. But look at this from Yuno. It's the flank on the flank!
One enemy remaining.
And Yashin Yuno closing down the round. But you get 2 kills there if you're Marquette, and you're at least happy to do some economic damage. Because the way Valorant works is that if you don't take your gun into the next round because you happen to die, you lose that gun. And the money it costs to buy. So anytime you can do some damage to the other team, you're certainly happy with that.
Right here.
So what are we looking at here then?
Well, so now Marquette's
here.
fully invested into this round. We see an Odin purchase, which is, again, some of the most expensive items in the game. So they're very much all into this round and into this game right now. I think Marquette sees this as their backs up against the wall, and in fact, I mean, could you blame them? They're about to give up the 12th round here, and if they do, the best they can hope for is overtime. The Cougars now with the bomb layer B. Haunted getting us started with 1 and 2 headshots. Great aim from Haunted. We have a good position from French here, overwatching B, blocking down mid, Skewing getting into it. Is now going to move onto the site very quickly. He has Ultra on his side as well. Does get a couple kills back. Comes down to Yuno. You just missed that there. A lot of action. Yuno going to use his ultimate on Spike. And that'll be the 12th round.
And there, that door is closing.
Actually, hold on a second. The Cougars just lost that round. I didn't even notice it. It happened, and it was a fraction. Wow. The bomb plant, the bomb defuse, the spike defuse, just barely got through. I'm shocked. I'll be honest. I thought there was no way. But nonetheless, Marquette wins the round they absolutely had to have. Skewing going to hear a whole lot of audio cues as he backs up from Marquette. And it looks like Marquette is actually going to back up all the way off of A, almost ceding control. Letting the Cougars plant the spike potentially, and maybe just playing for the retake here. No ultimates to play with for Marquette. Haunted, he has his ultimate on Jet. So it is going to just be the straight retake here for Marquette. I think a wise play. So a 5v5, we're going to see a lot of action here. Come fast and furious.
Concealment!
Haunted in a great spot, gets his shot, does get flashed for a moment, picking up the kill as well. And it comes down to
That was a lot,
Genjang.
very quickly.
Well, in that 5v5 scenario, they're just going to come out firing.
Match point.
And now here it is. Now, quite literally, Marquette with their backs up against the wall.
This would be match point.
They're going to need to rattle off 7 in a row just to take us to overtime.
Hello.
And they're not going to be in a great economical situation to do just that. We talked about how they really invested into those rounds. They felt they had to, but now we have Skewing here with only 1,700. We'll actually go into the round with a Marshall and armor. A horrible spot to be in, but Lynx here with the Ares, and actually it looks like Haunted's going to move quickly onto the B site. might just be a retake situation. I'm not sure how much I like that, though. We're seeing Lynx use his ultimate. Does get one. A good start for Marquette on the retake. We're seeing a lot of action around the map here. You know, maybe in a great spot, maybe in a horrible spot. Ends up being a horrible spot, Nebula, with the right timing, skewing
One
down.
enemy remaining.
And now it comes down to Genjang. And really, you gotta tip your hat to Marquette there.
Backs up against the wall.
Backs up against the wall. They had
Flawless.
very much a budget
Go,
buy.
go, go!
And sometimes it's timing and good fortune, you know, ultimately, which I think we saw a little bit there. You know, not expecting Chamber with his ultimate to be
I'm
pushing
outta
out a
here.
barrage like that. I mean, I'll be honest, I would have made the same mistake, I think. But the Cougars, you're still investing into these rounds. Not 100% from Haunted. I'll be honest, I might actually save one round. I might give one more round to Marquette, just because you only need to take one at this point. Exactly. You're looking to maximize your chances in these next 6 rounds. But we'll see.
Get out of my way!
That might explain that. Actually, Haunted not having to buy, because he does have his ultimate, sometimes it can be used pretty much as
Nowhere
an
to
alternative.
run!
See Yesh now using his ultimate, seeing if he can do what Lynx did before, not able to.
Shot that. Out of shot.
Defending
Deploying drone.
short A, now in a 4v5.
Looking at the drone here.
Yeah, we saw the drone. A lot of information gleaned. And now French is actually on the B site. He's getting the audio cues. He knows there's been some rotations back to C. So we might French hoping to catch Marquette with that great trigger discipline. Just they're a little bit overzealous in the rotations, and French is gonna get aggressive and get another. He gets flicked, and a third on the Nebula.
One enemy remaining.
Yesh standing strong, and now suddenly it's down to skewing.
Prepare for hellfire.
Spike
And against
planted.
a lot of ultimates as well. Sage ultimate available for Genjang.
Taken out.
That's how you get it started, though. But now they know exactly where skewing is. Skewing's gonna have to play this fast. He's gonna have to get into it. The longer he waits, the more chance he has of a flank, and it looks like there might be a BM situation.
Player
You don't
standing.
want to. Sometimes you play with fire and you get burned.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we saw there. Definitely still a really tough spot for Skewing to be in. He's gonna know where Genjang is. Genjang is gonna know where he is. Genjang able to lock it down
Attackers win.
for map
Now to
1.
make what
Exciting. Oh. Well, wow. Map number 1 is in the books.
Very exciting. Very exciting, Sean.
Well, we almost let a round get away from us there with some we'll say aggressive play. But as it stands, the fact is, map 1 goes the way of Camden County College, the Cougars. So we're going to take a quick break as we get ready to start map 2, which we will have coming up here in probably just a little less than 2 minutes or so as we get into map 2. So everybody stick around, please. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit us with a follow, and we will talk to you in just a couple minutes. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back. We're actually going to get into action pretty quick here. So I'm going to take you right to the game. You don't need to see me. By the way, we did see Dave depart. If maybe Dave wants to.
I'm still here.
That's right. Yeah. All right, so the Cougars with map 1 in the books. We're moving to map 2, and we're moving to it very quickly.
Right here. Right here.
All right, and now we are set to get started. The Cougars starting on the defensive side, just like they did in map 1.
Right
We saw
here.
a great start from them.
Hello.
See how Marquette changes it up maybe on the attack. I mean, I'd like to see more fast play from them, but maybe that's not in the DNA. We don't know exactly how, we don't know exactly how the practices go, so to speak. So let's see what we can get started here. Haunted here. Now moving very quickly onto the A site. Oh, and then there he goes. Nebula with the opening frag takes down Haunted, and that'll open up the map for Marquette. And it looks like it's going to be on the A site. Genjank hears them now. Well, it looks like a bit of a double take. A kill here would be great for his team, and now it'll end up being a 5v3. The retake will have to be the play. French not able to pick up skewing.
Spike planted.
Now it's definitely a tough
Last
spot
player
to be
standing.
in. It'll come down to Yesh.
Standing ahead.
We saw Nilk as our captain clutch last year. Is Yesh perhaps that sort of... does he have the clutch gene in him? A tough spot to really tell. Oh, they're definitely going to know where he is now. Marquette, 1v5.
Oh.
You know, you're just trying to do maybe some economic damage, maybe get an exit frag here if you're Yesh. And Marquette is going to run away from the site. Yesh going to try and find an exit frag, might just go down with the ship here. Doesn't really feel like taking that ghost into the next round. Alright, well. Flipping the script a little bit. Marquette with the opening round win. Which, as we've seen before, typically means that round 2 is close to follow. We see Marquette investing heavily into this round. By the way, what I should mention for anybody watching, Camden County College is still on the blue-green side, with the red side is Marquette. Nebula here with the Killjoy. Actually, it looks like it's just going to be a straight A take, and the Cougars were stacking the B site. Skewing might be in a perfect position, but doesn't make the shot. French makes him pay. Well, now the Cougars suddenly interested in this round. Taking their time, getting some intel, knowing where Marquette isn't is as important sometimes as knowing where they are. Genjank trying to get the kill on the Lynx. Lynx missing some shots. Nebula and Yesh trading. Into the site. Eat my shorts, though.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
one, gets two. Lynx with a third. And now
One enemy remaining.
Get one. He might make Eat My Shorts go down with the ship, and he does. So that's about as good a loss as the Cougars could have wanted. You're doing big economic damage there, of course. So 0-2, but again, that's a round that you really expect that Marquette's going to win. So now if we take a look here, again, Marquette ends up being in a pretty interesting situation economically after losing all of those weapons in round 3. They're actually not going to invest too much into it. A couple of SMGs, we see some sheriffs here. Full rifle buy, 1 light armor for the Cougars. Pretty standard setup. Lynx going to pick up the orb here. French getting it started with 2 in mid.
Spike
Finds a
down
third.
mid.
Does he have the shot for the third? There's a couple there. Ultra gonna back up wisely, I think. Spike is down.
Launching smoke.
Spotted out, Haunted on the side. Lynx trading it back a little bit for his team, skewing in a pretty good spot.
Last player
Actually
standing.
goes down to the Killjoy utility. Now in a 3v1. Lynx, what does he have? Does he have the head tapping ability? He certainly will need it to try and get out of this round.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, Haunted in a pretty good spot. Couple shots missed, but against the Sheriff, that aim's gonna have to be true if he wants that return kill. Lynx not ready. All right, gonna be full buys here. Well, actually, not quite full buys. Still some players lost on the side of Camden County College, so we're going to see some mid-buys here, a couple of Sheriffs with some armor. But it will be pretty much a full buy for Marquette on the red team. So round number 4, super important.
Won't raise.
Sage Wall being used by Genjank. Marquette burns it down quickly. Want to keep their options open. Haunted here now. In mid lane, does see the Sova dart get used. He's gonna spot a few. Nebula is ready. French now needs to get into a spot. Isn't able to get there in time. Now with the kill, Nebula, finally to be able to trade something back on the backside here. Switches up the skin, gotta feel good. But it is a 1v4, and I think you're probably
Spike
playing
planted.
for exit frags here. But he could be in a really good spot. Marquette might give him something, takes one, gets the reload, Lake's got right at the peak, and he takes him down now with 3 in this round. It'll have to be an ace in order to win. He'll use the Killjoy ultimate. He's certainly going to be able to get
Enemy
some
remaining.
with a 4 kill. Oh boy, knows exactly where the player is going, and it won't be enough. Alright, and we are back. Marquette with that round win. Pretty impressive, honestly, there to try and make something out of nothing. But ultimately,
You should run.
a really tough spot. Killjoy being used on the Marquette side, as is the KO ultimate. But a great spot to use the
Spike
counter
down
ultimate
A.
from French. So Ult gonna come down, gonna take down the Killjoy ultimate.
Spike is
Genjank moving large here in defense.
One enemy remaining.
Engage and French going to make sure to lock that round down. And that was a big investment from Marquette. Saw both the KO and the Killjoy ult being used, but of course you have Brimstone. You can lock down that Killjoy ultimate at any time you want. I mean, I feel like if you're Marquette, yeah, that's going to be a save round. Not a great spot to be. We've actually we're seeing a lot of round trades here right now from both teams, and that's really what's causing these weird money situations, these weird buys. Cougars with the standard setup is going to send 2B. Yesh can start leaning toward the A site, excuse me, the B site here. Does see the drone come in. What will Marquette 2? An audio cue being gained there. Information. Links spotted out by the Killjoy turret. Looks like B site is going to be the play. Yesh smoked off. Bomb not yet down, but the door is closed. You know, in the
Terminated.
back of sight here gets one. Almost has three. Does get
Spike
two.
down B.
4v3. A rifle gain on the part of Marquette. Lynx
Silence.
gonna
Last
put that
player
rifle
standing.
to use here.
One
Does get one.
enemy
Gets
remaining.
a second. Now French, 95 HP, full utility. Spike still not down.
Molly.
Lynx gonna get some information now. They're just playing ring around the rosy, it would appear. French giving up his position quite a bit though, but doesn't quite have the shot. Cougars tying up the rounds 3-3. Well, everybody, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you to follow us on Twitch. Kindly, please. Every follow helps. We much appreciate you. For anybody watching, thank you so much for supporting the team. You'll be able to catch us here tomorrow, Thursday,
Hello.
7 p.m., the NJCAA Valorant game.
Barrier
Genchen
created.
gonna use that ice wall right away.
My ultimate is not ready.
Skewing now, thinking about maybe peeking mid here. Ooh, he's all haunted with
Spike
two!
down mid.
Tries to get a third. Skewing now, looming large with a triple kill, and now a 3v2. That turned very quickly. They certainly know where the Sage is. You know. On the flank, Genjank with the first kill in defense of A. Omen with his ultimate available on the flank here. Does use his near sight. Does get some
Last
room
player standing.
onto the site. Sage wall comes down. Now a 1v2. You know, going to have to be the
One enemy
with
remaining.
the retake.
Spike
Does spot him
planted.
out. Gets the first kill. Eat my shorts. With ultimate available, probably not a good spot to use it. Just gets enough. 10 HP left on Eat My Shorts. Marquette taking round number 7, the 4th round for them. And I'll be honest, again, we're seeing a whole lot of round trades here. It's very impressive. These are the
Careful.
kind of fun games to watch. And we like to see momentum
out.
built as well.
Placing alarm bot.
But I like it when these teams
Placing swarm
are just
grenade.
throwing haymakers.
Placing swarm grenade. Get out of my way.
French here in mid. Marquette leaning toward the B site. Most of the time, once we've seen utility used on a site, a team has committed to it. Ultra, though, here in mid with ultimate ready.
You are powerless.
KO ult being used, and now the take will be on. Unit with one through the smoke. Genjank here coming in. Lynx getting the kill. Ultra now. Spots out Genjank, and is
Healer
finally
down.
able to find that headshot. 4v3. Killjoy ult going to be used. The Cougars want this round. Ultra with a second kill with that ultimate. French getting into it.
Last player standing.
And we saw, you know, looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Sometimes it can change that quickly. Cougars certainly invested into that round. We'll see how they decide to play it now. And economy-wise, it's going to be all over the place. Marquette starting to feel a little bit more comfortable economically. I think once you get that 3rd round win in a row, that's when you start to really have a solid buffer. And they're looking for that third round now, the 6th, the game for them.
Take flight.
Oh, Lynx in a bad spot to use that drone. Yuno deciding to play a little bit more aggressively, and that's going to be the opening frag of the round. Genjank going to get some audio cues, does have the Sage wall down. Yesh watching mid. Oh, he's going to spot out Skewing with the Guardian. Isn't able to hit the shot. Good intel gain for the team. Marquette still kind of debating where the execute is at this point.
Shadows traveling.
They're going to smoke off mid here, and that's going to give them options, certainly. Nebula here with the Vandal. Going short A. Intel intel going to be gained? I'm pretty sure Genjank was hit by that. In fact, he was. So intel gained for Marquette. But they're in a really good spot. Haunted with the Jet ultimate might be in a great spot. Does in fact though get smoked off. Genjank in defense of the A site. Ultra takes down Haunted as he pushes through the smoke. You know, in a great spot.
30 seconds
Ultimate
left.
being used by French to
Spike
prevent the
down
plant.
A.
Molly.
And now a 3v2. French does spot out one of the Marquette players. Does get tagged up himself. A 2v2. They're out.
Last
Oh, wow,
player
Eat My
standing.
Shorts actually having a great map. 10 kills. He's coming alive here. Isn't able to get that spike down, though. We've seen some really close rounds. Marquette now in the driver's seat, but not quite to the extent that the Cougars were in map number 1. We're 3-6 on map number 2. The first half of map number 2, of course. Now, if you're the Cougars, you're trying to at least get, if you're hoping to just gain a couple, if you can get a couple more rounds on the defensive side, that would be great. It looks like they're actually fully investing into this round here.
Spike
A couple of
down
kills
mid.
gained
Spike
by
here.
French. Ultra, though, with 2 under his own. Eat My Shorts ready for the wide swing from French, and now Haunted, I think, did give up his position, potentially, but it doesn't seem like Marquette knows that,
remaining.
and that'll be 2!
Spike down mid.
Haunted, I think, probably heard
Not in sight.
Ultra there. Most certainly now. Oh, a very cheeky play. Of course, the spike is down. Smoke coming out now. A really tough spot to be if your Ultra does get spotted out. That shorty won't do the damage at that distance. Spike still down. Genjank now with the flank. It's going to be against the shorty. And he does find the headshot. An op down. Let's see. Will the Cougars take it into the next round? They will, in fact. No surprise there. I think the ops are relatively strong on this map on the defensive side. A few angles you can take. But French will take it to mid. Well, a very
You
spirited
know what to do.
first half here from both squads. Almost certainly going to be very close regardless. Sage Wall going to be used right away on the A, which we've seen a lot before. Marquette going to blast that down, going to give out some intel here. French spotted out by the Jet. We see some fights going on across the map here. With the opening frag, takes down Lynx. He knows where the rest of the team certainly is at that point. Eat My Shorts moving into sight. Haunted with the kill. Ultra, though, trading it back. We do see no Killjoy ultimate yet come out here. Defender Killjoy being used. I wonder if Nebula will invest into this as well. Using the attacker Killjoy, I think that's a first. I don't know if we've ever seen anything quite like that. Haunted with 1, with 2, with 3. French now moving into sight. Nebula knows. Oh, you know! Don't do it to him! Don't do it to him! We saw, of course, Nebula detained there by the Killjoy ultimate. Wow.
Last round in the half.
Well, hey, listen, if you're the Cougars, you're certainly happy about 5-6. I mean, if you can get 6-6, switch to the attack round, the attacking side, you're going to be ecstatic. If you're Marquette, it's going to be unfinished business if you can at least take some sort of lead
Placing
into
swamp
the
grenade.
second half. So let's take a look at the money situation. It looks like it'll be a full buy across the board from both teams in this last round. We do have a couple of ultimates available on Marquette. One ultimate available on the part of Camden County College. French fishing for something mid here with that op. Does take a lot of damage. He does have Genjank getting ready to heal him, it would look like. He's going to get healed up. Marquette with a more spread out approach this time.
I am the hunter!
Well, he will tag 1. And it is Ultra on that Jet. He'll be able to get away without taking more than one shot from that Sova. Haunted, however, in a pretty good spot. Smoke comes out at just the perfect time, gets flashed, but the Brimstone smoke is fantastic. French misses the shot, but Yesh is ready to help his team.
One enemy remaining.
On the side.
Spike down
Lynx
A.
being spotted out the whole way. It looks like Haunted will be ready to collect this kill. 6-6, the Cougars claw back into that half and into this map.
Switching sides.
Now we're heading into half number 2 for map number 2. The Cougars looking to close it down here. 7 more rounds for both squads. However, Marquette wanting to say something about that before they go quietly into the night. We love to quote Independence Day here. I might be dating myself.
There.
And again, I think we're going to see maybe some contrasting styles coming out here, because I think the Cougars likely going to play things a little bit faster. Of course, no Sage on the side of Marquette, so nothing to really slow them down. They're just, you know, coming into whatever site they prefer. As it stands, it looks like the Cougars are actually playing a little bit safer. Although Marquette, with a pretty strong showing on the rotations here, we see a number of players moving off to A. Nebula thinking better about it. Now Genjank with the opening frag, Haunted getting into it as well, and it's now a 5v3. Haunted with a good spot here, misses a couple shots. Yesh, though, with a kill on the backside of the fight. Still fishing for that headshot, does get the heal here. Nebula with the fast feet. And now a 2v2 situation. Marquette with really low health bars, though. Yesh, of course, in hell, going to wait to see if he can catch somebody unsuspecting. Genjank gonna get hit by the shock dart. And he is gonna get spotted out here. Yesh, I think, will have to be looming large. He is not yet
One enemy
spotted
remaining.
out. Genjank with the kill, and Yesh to close it down in the pistol round. A great start for the Cougars, exactly what you need to do. You want to capture that momentum. We'll see them certainly buy into this round here. Light and full armor across the board. A couple of, actually a set of 4 SMGs and 1 Marshall. It's like pretty much a full save here. We see, oh, actually take that back. Marquette thinking about investing a little bit into the round. Now, I'm a big fan of playing these second rounds after a round 1 win. I'm a big fan of playing it fast.
They're suppressed.
A lot of intel gained from skewing there with the knife on KO. What will that mean for the Cougars? Well, is Haunted going to be in a great spot? He captures Lynx on the backside just like before.
Cover going out.
And it'll be Haunted onto the site with 1. Looking for a second. French better back him up. Going to take 1 with him. Eat my
Last
shorts.
player standing.
Takes Yesh
Spike
and the
down
spike.
A.
Temporarily at the very least. Nebula in a great spot by Genjank! With the defense of his teammate, uses his body, becomes the Secret Service. For you know. And if you and folks, if you're listening, if you've heard it once, you've heard it before. Round 3, this is the pivot round. This is where we really start to know a little bit more about how this map, this half is going to go. So Marquette does buy the Odin here. So they're gonna. This is a pretty classic play from Sova, trying to catch somebody unaware, but he's gonna give away his position to Camden County College. And it looks like it'll be the A push here. The Cougars. Haunted is going to be the opening man, except Genjank with the tap onto Eat My Shorts, and that's going to open up the site. Haunted moving quickly now. Rotations coming in. Genjank with a second. Ultra, though, ready for the push. Ultra going to have to be even bigger here. Genjank looking for more. Does some damage. But 2v1 in that spot, a tough spot. Does do great damage. No heals, of course, for Marquette. So we'll see. 2v3. Nebula with 2 HP in that 2v3. Looks like French will actually just play the lineups. Yace does go down, which is going to be a little bit scary, but it shouldn't be too big a deal with that Molly and the low HP. Nebula would have to certainly get a big headshot and isn't able to. 2 kills for, you know, taking the round.
Turret out.
Shutting them down. Door suppressed.
Alright, we're back in. We are back in. The attacking Killjoy being used with opening frags already out. A 5v3.
Spike
Gonna
planted.
be a tough retake from Marquette. How are they going to play it here? And again, I guess it is a bit of a budget buy. There's some mixed weapons in there for Marquette. Haunted in a great spot, potentially does get flashed and traded back by Skewing. Takes 1. Skewing going to have to get a lot more than that to get things started. Ooh, the frenzy kill and the
Last
Vandal
player
pickup for Ultra. I think I might just try and play for exit frags here. Take the Vandal into the next round. You're feeling pretty good about it, but he thinks twice! And Yesh gets that triple kill. 10-6. Now again, Marquette with their backs up against it. They're gonna have to. This is where you have to stop the bleeding. You have to invest into this round.
Turret out.
10-6. The Cougars looking for 3 more. Marquette looking for their first round of this half. And Marquette starting to get the memo here. Decides to put 3 onto A, in fact. Yuno now pushing mid. Does get some damage onto Ultra. Ooh, it does get that opening frag. Gets that all-important mid-control. Lynx trading a kill back, but Haunted ready for him. And now we're moving in. French picking up 1.
One enemy remaining.
And now it'll come down to Eat My Shorts. With a really cool Phantom skin, at least. But a 1v3 nonetheless.
Spike planted.
French with low health, but something tells me he might just play the lineup here. It's gonna be a really tough situation for Eat My Shorts. Yesh gonna take his typical position. Actually, French is ready. Just holds position from A main. 11-6. Cougars now in complete control. And I think we saw it last map. We saw Marquette really invest into this round. That was the round before match point. But now a really tough spot where they're not even going to get full buys across the board. There's going to be 3 buys. They're not sure what to do. Actually, it looks like Ultra going to go for the home run play here with the clock purchase.
Bye.
That's exactly what Marquette needs. Gets 1 on the board.
Blocking sight. You will not kill
And
my
gonna
ally.
use his ultimate here. Gets that one back. I think a wise decision for him. Oh, Yuno, ready. Ultra.
Deploying drone.
Trades the kill back. Exactly what you need to do. Lynx going to have to be gigantic in this defense. Haunted is the better man and the better shot. Now in a 4v3, the Cougars looking to get into that match point.
Headshot.
Defender Killjoy goes down, Haunted through the smoke. If you're Ultra with that up, tough
Nowhere
spot
to
to
run.
be. Actually, Ultra able to get the shot through the smoke. And is in a
Revealing
pretty
area.
solid spot, you would think, with this op, but still, the Cougars, all they have to do is play time. They have French in the back ready to play some lineups. Ultra knows they have control of the site, but what else do they have? They're just looking for some intel here. Ultra with a 4.
One enemy remaining.
Can he get the unofficial
player
ace? He
standing.
can't.
Clutch.
And French with the clutch. 1v2. These rounds, honestly, have
Match
been
point.
really close. Marquette, I've been happy with what they've done, but the Cougars have just had answers all night long. As it stands, the Cougars now need one more round win to take map number 2 and the game. Marquette, because of that investment into the last round, still not going to be in a great spot here. Though light armor in this meta, in a Vandal meta, not too bad. Marquette changing things up here just a little bit. Ultra, not with that op mid, not as scary with the Bulldog. Haunted here, going to go short A. It's a bit of a scary smoke. Drone is going to catch him out. Marquette maybe wisely decided to back up here a little bit. But we actually now see Lynx getting great damage. Does damage to Haunted, takes out Genjang. Cougars need that kill there. The defense for Marquette is strong. We still see the spike leaning toward A. I think the Cougars looking and hoping that they get something here. 2v5, a tight spot to be. Cougars might actually consider a save here if we take a look at the money. Maybe you just really happy with doing some economic damage, which we haven't yet been able to do.
Last player standing.
Calls for Yesh to come around to the B
30
side.
seconds left.
Now it is just Yesh, 1v5 with Vandal in hand. He does have a slight opportunity, but I'm not sure that he knows. Ooh, Ultra gonna spot him out now. And now the rotations are coming fast
10
and
seconds
furious.
left.
And it looks almost certainly like it's going to be a
Not ready
save.
yet.
Yesh will take one with him for good measure.
Revealing
Now just trying to
area.
get out with his life and his gun. And it looks like Marquette's going to let him do that. All right, backs up against it. Marquette gets their first round win on this, the second half of map number 2. Let's see if they can really get something started. Again, we see pretty solid economy here for the Cougars. But honestly, just for this round, a round loss here, and they'll have to go into save mode, you would think. So Marquette easily, with a win here, gets them to 9 rounds in the map. See how the Cougars decide to play it. Just trying to get that intel. Oh, and KO ultimate going to be used here, actually. And Ultra, a play we haven't seen much of yet, will actually push up through mid. Will French find him? That's a big question. It's all going to come down to timing. Ultra going to get some
Get out of my
intel.
way!
Haunted gonna pop this Jet ultimate, trying to see if he can find something cheeky over the wall here. Marquette, the rotation
You should
come
run.
in. The attacking Killjoy being used, so it's gonna open up space.
Prepare for hellfire!
Blocking sight.
Brimstone ult being used as well, and the Cougars are into this round. Here comes Haunted, Lynx, ready for him. Does get detained, so they'll trade him back, and ultimately ends up becoming a 4v3, but Genjang has said something about that. He'll take one. It's now a 4v2 with a spike is down.
One
and
enemy
now
remaining.
The Marquette is on the clock. 4v1. Eat my shorts. We have seen some heroics out of him before, but it's going to be have to be quite heroic in this round here. Gets his first, but loses quite a bit of HP in the process, and
Attackers
that'll
win.
be map number 2 to the Cougars. Well, and there you have it. there you have it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, please go ahead and hit that follow button. It's that little heart at the bottom right of your screen if you haven't already. Tell us, spread the word. We need to know. We need support for these players. For all those of you watching, thank you so much. It was a great win. Camden County College Cougars over Marquette. Of course, this is the NSL week number 3. The Valorant squad remains undefeated. Early goings yet, but still, you can't take it away from them. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will have more stream tomorrow night. Same time, same place. So long.